All right, so I'm super excited about this next one. Hold on, sit down, sit down. Hold on. I gotta build it. Wait a second. Okay. So, like I've been saying all night, Project Outlet is gonna give the youth tools to help them express themselves. And I've signed up a bunch of kids in my neighborhood, in my school, and this girl's about to come up next. She's with my friends, and she's like, I'm not gonna go up. I was like, yes, you are. And she's gonna come up, and her name is Winter, and it's cold outside, so how appropriate. Give it up for Winter.
How y'all doing? My name is Winter, like Matt said. And, you know, he told me I had to come up, so I was sitting back there, had a lot on my mind, so I just kind of wrote it down. I lie here in my bed, still as a wall on the outside, but inside I cannot hold my place. My mind tends to race as I recollect my childhood memories. Isn't that ironic because I'm only 17? I lost my buddy when I was only in 3rd grade, and I wish I had not had that premonition that day. Yet I could not refrain my mind from wandering. Just so you know, because I feel like you were wondering, my buddy was my grandpa, the only real friend I had ever known, but now he is gone and left me so alone. And now I shower myself with tears as I come face to face with my fears. Abandonment, discouragement, no love and nourishment. Damn, this was not what I had hoped to expect. But no matter what I feel deep down, I will push forward and live my life day to day because I know that tomorrow will be a better day than today and my future is bright, so I must look that way. Yeah!
Winter is one of the first people to sign up for the workshops, and I'm like super proud of her. So, anybody else want to go up? Again, the mic. Anybody else? Anybody else want to go up? It's open. Yeah.
It's called second grade acculturation. On the bleachers, my daughter stood, alongside her second grade classmates, singing with pride of all the men that built this country. An impressive list, full of history, full of inventors, generals, architects, politicians, all sorts of men who built this country. My ears rang as I listened to the persons left out. 65% of this country went unrepresented in the list of white Protestant men. In my head, I got up, picked up my baby girl out of her choreographed second-class citizen pose. Okay. Picked my baby girl up out of her second-class citizen pose, and I reminded all my sisters of the Gertrude Stein, the Jane Addams, Margaret Meads, Grandma Moses, Hillary Clinton, Maya Angelou, Virginia Woolf, Jane Goodall, Adrienne Rich, Mother Jones, and all the other women who helped build this country, whose histories are left out of our books. But in reality, I just sat there, next to my motionless mother, paralyzed in our well-synchronized, submissive poses, learned through countless acts of subversive bigotry. Bigotry, just like this one that we were watching, with smiles painted on our face, as we watched my baby girl endure her first lesson in scripted self-hatred.
Hey. What's up? First off, I just want to say how much I think this rocks of Matt to do, and totally respect him as an artist, and I just wish I had someone like him when I was in high school to put something together, because it would have rocked. But go him for doing it now. I've got a couple that I wanted to do, but I know I've got an act waiting behind me, so I don't know if I'll do all 3 of them. And then our hands met,
palm to palm, before she pulled me into that awkward one-armed hug, the kind reserved for relationships with no concrete status. And we both stepped back, palms sliding apart, as I discreetly discarded what I had come for into my back pocket. Like an addict hitting up a dealer for a fix, I got what I needed and no one had to know. As I was leaving, she called after me and we spoke in half phrases, a conversation we could have had without words, but the room was dim and I couldn't make out her eyes. So what I gave you, yeah, I don't know yet. Well, if you need anything, I'll call you. And with that, I was pulled away, and the rest of the night was spent absentmindedly listening to boys trying desperately to be men, rhythmically spouting out against anything and everything they'd been convinced they should be against, never once giving off an ounce of conviction. But my mind couldn't make a connection, so it wandered. It wandered right into that space between my jeans and my wallet, that sliver of existence that lay the key to me making it out alive. The whole drive home, it wore through my jeans, my boxers, my bones, until it hit my bloodstream and wouldn't leave my brain alone. And I know I needed it, knew I wanted it, yet I second-guessed while emptying cell phone keys, spare change out of my pockets. I second-guessed. Then I guessed again, and then in one swift movement, like tearing off an emotional Band-Aid, I reached into that sliver of existence behind my wallet and produced a single business card. I read it, and I read it again, and every word over again, until none of them made sense anymore, until my cry for help had been reduced to letters, numbers, nonsense. And I focused on it, flipping between my fingers until I no longer needed letters and numbers or nonsense. So I knew what it said, and it terrified me, and it still terrifies me, but maybe tomorrow I'll know what to do with it. Peter Mon, psychotherapist. I'm gonna do two more because I just am, and I guess that's the only reason I need right now. There's been a severe lack of tortured love in these poems tonight. It's been very political, and I'm down with that, but I've got some tortured love, which always brings the mood up, I guess. This one's called Lost and Found. So you say I must be lost in order to be found, so I beg of you now, look at me like you used to and lose me once again in your gaze. See, I will be your willing prisoner, dragged, gagged, and bound to the deepest recesses of your soul, solely for the purpose of my own self-sacrificial soul-searching. So go on, consume me and control me. I'll let you take me under and take me in, and I'll use your heart to make mine beat, crawl inside your lungs and teach myself to breathe. With your body as my temple, I will become an occultist of the highest form, believing solely in the magic of your ways. And my notebooks will read as an insomniac's love-struck Bible, commandments sounded out in Morse code from my sleep-deprived pulse, perpetually racing through my body as I'm clutching my knees, shaking upon the fateful pew of your collarbone. And I will study by the light of your eyes, and teach myself Braille so I can understand your scars, and in due time understand my own. And right now I'll admit to not knowing what it means, but my final revelations will be apocalyptic. Okay, it's my last one. Untitled. She told me to write until I can't feel my fingers, frantically weaving words into a noose of every metaphorical manner, choking life from flames that linger, but who am I to even try to let go of lost love? See, I cling to them like stars across Orion's belt, astrologically bound to find your sign every time I gaze to the skies, become paralyzed by poetic lines, forced to recognize that kryptonite shares the same color as your eyes. But I can't keep living like this in a world of addictions. There ought to be steps 1 through 12 for this. A single room with a broken window reserved for the emotionally masochistic anonymous. Fellow nameless neurotics who don't cringe when they bleed. Maybe I'm part of a dying breed, not fazed by physical pain, with bones that hold strong against sticks and stones, but fuck whoever said words could never hurt you. Because this is a meeting for those with heart-shaped scars from flesh carved, skin chiseled away, piece by blood-soaked piece, one line for every time someone lied about never leaving.